This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to have you joining me here in these online lessons. This is lesson 35 in this mini course that's all about flat picking. In this lesson, we're going to work on some melodic playing. We're going to work on the actual alternate picking that happens with the right hand coordinating with the left hand. And we're going to work on a song, Arkansas Traveler. So this is kind of a fun one to do. Go ahead and dive in. Now down in the description below there's a link where you can click on that link, download a free copy of the sheet music. You're going to want to do that so you can learn to play this song and play it right along with me. Okay, we'll just jump in. The first thing I'm going to do is actually just play through Arkansas Traveler, the melody for it, and you can play along if you want, and then we'll work on some specific techniques with that alternate picking. This is the first time where the full focus has been on a melody. In some of the early lessons in this flat picking course, we would play through the melodies of the songs that we were doing to do the rhythmic parts for. But in this song, we're going to focus mainly on the melodic playing, do a little bit with the rhythmic, but mainly on the melodic playing. So I'm going to go ahead and play it, and then we will do some exercises. I'll show you some exercises you can do to sort of enhance your ability to do the alternate picking technique, and then we'll play the song again at various tempos. So it's going to be great. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and play this on the sheet music. You'll see that it's written in both standard music notation and tablature. Now, if this is the first lesson you're jumping into and you've never done either before, then you can check out my quick answer video on using tablature. That'll get you started. There's also the note reading books and the tablature book in the method book series, which come with many lessons and the extensive study of those things so you can master those skills. But I'm just going to go ahead and assume you know how to read one or the other or both and play this. In getting started here, I'm just going to play it at kind of a nice even tempo, not too fast, not too slow. So we're going to go 1 E and a, go E and a. So fun, such a great tune. So now as we get going in this part of the lesson, we're going to work on some alternate picking techniques. I'm going to show you a couple things you can do to sort of build up that ability. So far in the course, we've especially been focusing on the rhythmic playing that happens with flat picking, and that's super fun and it's good and it takes a lot of right hand coordination. But we want to work on the melodic playing now. As the course progresses, we're going to do this lesson and a couple more where we're going to play these melodies that really work the right hand, fiddle tune type stuff, and it's going to be great, and that'll work the right hand. That kind of prepares us as we start to work on adding melodic fills and improvising solos and that sort of thing. But we want to get down this alternate picking technique that is so important in flat picking. With flat picking, the alternate picking usually goes with the rhythm. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But on the second page here with Arkansas Traveler, you'll see some exercises really. At the top of that page it says C major scale. So we've got a 2-octave C major scale. Let's look at playing that, and then I'll show you how you can work your right hand with the alternate picking with that. So we've got the C, open second or open 4th string, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, open 3rd string, 2nd fret, open 2nd string, 1st fret, 3rd fret, open, top string, 1st fret, 3rd fret, and then we're going to continue up. Index at the 5th fret, ring at the 7th and pinky at the 8th gives us a 2-octave scale. So and we can come back down. Now, we're going to be using this to develop our right hand with this alternate picking technique. It's also good to learn this scale as we get into improvisation later on in the course. So that's sort of helping us out looking at this now. So once I have a scale like that, a really great exercise to get the right hand going is to pluck each one of the notes 4 times, alternating the directions. So down, up, and then we go to the next note, down, up, then to the next. This is really great for the right hand. I will say a lot of times in this style when I've been playing melodies and when I first got started, I would anchor the palm of my hand right on this part of the bridge, right next to the saddle. And I could sort of move it along the saddle, but I can't mute the strings. I don't want to mute the strings. So it's sitting just back here, even on these string plugs for sticking the strings down through the bridge and holding them there. So I have sat on those before to sort of create this anchored feel in my hand. But now that I've done that for years, a lot of times I'm playing unanchored, but it's with the same technique. So it helped me to get that control by first anchoring or just resting on the bridge, and then eventually I just pull it up off and use that same technique without needing to anchor. So you can anchor if you need to, because it can be hard to find your place for accuracy. I've been playing a little while. My hand feels really natural here, but in developing this technique, I started out as a youngster doing the anchoring on the bridge. Okay, so let's try this with the C major scale. So we got ready, and we got down, up on the C, then the D, then the E, and the F, then the G, then the A, the B, the C, the D, the E, F, G, shifting up to A, B, and C, coming back down with the B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. And I'll just play one more to sort of finish it. Now, you can do that at various tempos, speeding it up. So you just work it at various tempos, get comfortable with that. Then you can do it with two plucks per note. So we'll do that at a nice, slow, even tempo together. So you go ready, and we got the C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. And I added an extra one there. So making sure to go down, up with each one of those plucks. Now, once you've got where you can easily do 4 plucks and 2 plucks, it's time to do 3 plucks. So this is the thing about 3 plucks. You're going to go down, and then on the next one, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, this does is forces you to pluck the next note in the opposite picking direction as you had started the previous one with. So when we go down, up, down, then it's up, down, up, which helps us prepare to do one note kind of fast. So let's do 3 plucks per note. So you go re, ti, and si, di, down, up, down, then up, down, up. So you want to keep that alternating going. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Back down. Once you can do that, and again you can do it at all sorts of different tempos, we do 1 pluck per note, alternating down, up, down, up, down, up. So we're going to go re, ti, and si, di. So working the scale like that and the right hand is really great exercise for developing the coordination and getting that alternate picking happening. Now, with the alternate picking, we usually do it in this style, in flat picking, with the rhythm. And so as you look at page 2, just got some exercises, but not really exercises, as more examples. So when things are written, say in 4/4 time, where we have eighth notes, when things have the eighth note level, then everything that falls on the beat is going to be plucked with a down pluck, and everything that falls in between the beat, like an eighth note that's halfway in between the actual beats, we're going to pluck with an up pluck. So as you look there on that second, it's the second line, it's under the C major scale, it's really the first little line there with these eighth notes. It shows down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up in that first measure. So that's showing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Everything that's on the beat has a down pluck. Everything that's in between the beat or on the and has an up pluck. In the second measure, we see some quarter notes mixed in. So you'll still see the same pattern. Everything that falls on a beat has a down pluck, and anything that falls in between the beat has an up pluck. So it's like down, down, up, down, down, up. Same thing in the third measure, where you have 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Then in the fourth measure, we see this dotted quarter note thing. So same principle applies. When a note comes in on the beat, we do a down pluck. When it comes in between the beat or on the and, then we do an up pluck. So in that fourth measure, we have down, down, up, just like that. Now in the next line, we've got a little syncopation shown, but the same principle applies, where when the note falls on the beat, we do a down pluck. When it's on an upbeat, we do an up pluck. So we have down, up, down, up, with that little bit of syncopation there. Now, the last 3 measures kind of demonstrate a couple things. One is we could continue with the same sort of playing, even though we have all quarter notes and half notes. So we could do these last 3 measures all down plucks because everything's on a beat. So you have down, 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 to down, 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 down. Yeah. But sometimes when we have a lot of quarter notes and half notes, even whole notes in there, I will still do a little bit of alternating personally. So you can see that as a second example there, where when we have 4 quarter notes back to back, for example, I can do an up pluck on beats 2 and 4 and down plucks on beats 1 and 3. So I get this alteration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, So if I say picking direction, instead of counting, it'd be down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. You can do it either way. Sometimes when you get a melody that has a lot of quarter notes, a lot of half notes, I will alternate pluck through those. Okay, if I play those 8 bars with the picking direction, we're going to go about here. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And we have down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up, down. And if you chose to do all down plucks through those last 3 measures with the quarter notes, that's completely fine too. Okay, so now sometimes we get into spots where there's a lot of 16th notes, which is the case with Arkansas Traveler actually. So at the bottom of the page, you've got these 4 measures here demonstrating what happens when we get into the 16th note level. When we get into the 16th note level, we kind of transfer the same idea that we use at the 8th note level when the main subdivision of the beat is at the 8th note level. Then we can transfer that same sort of principle to when the main subdivision is at the 16th note level. So what that means, everything that falls on a beat gets a down pluck, and anything that falls in between the beat can also, like directly on the and, can actually have a down pluck as well, because sitting in between 2 8th notes, or sitting in between 2 8th notes can be a 16th note in between. So as we look at this first measure there, we'd have 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and so anything that's on an E and an in the counting gets an up pluck, but everything else would get a down pluck if we just move things to this next level of how things are written rhythmically. I also have the choice, though, of choosing when I've got 8th notes back to back to alternating the directions. So that's why it's written there, where you can do on beat 3 down, down for those 2 8th notes, or down, up. When I'm playing, it just sort of depends on the situation, but I'll do it both ways. Sometimes I'll do it one way, sometimes I'll do it another. But with that, with that first measure, it could be 1 E and down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. And in the strictest sense of alternate picking according to the rhythm, that's how we would do it at this level. But we can also choose to do the alterations, kind of like when we chose to alternate between quarter notes back to back, if you chose to do that. I sometimes do. So in that case, we'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up for that measure. Now, as we continue with looking at some rhythms that we run into with 16th notes, in the next measure, there's an 8th note and then 2 16th notes. So you'll see that it goes down, down, up. So 1 E and so anytime it's a 1 and an and in the counting of 16th notes, which we use 1 E and then we're going to do down plucks. But when we have an E and or an we're going to do up plucks in those spots. So in this case, where you have 8th note followed by 2 16th notes, we have down, down, up, down, down, up. Now we have a dotted 8th note followed by a 16th note. 1 E and 2 E and technically those are on beats 3 and 4, and I used 1 and 2 when I was counting them. But that dotted 8th note gets that down pluck, and that 16th note gets the up. Kind of the same fashion when we're at the quarter note level, where we get a dotted quarter note followed by an 8th note, which you saw earlier. So that's how that measure works. And then in the next measure, it's kind of flipped. We have 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and so we have 2 16th notes followed by an 8th with a down, up, down, and it happens again, down, up, down. And then the 16th note followed by that dotted 8th, we do a down, up, down, up. Now with a little syncopation in beat 4, we have down, up, because the 8th note falls on the E, and then the 16th note that follows that is on the after we play that first note. So down, up. 2 8th notes back to back, we have the 2 choices. We can do down pluck, or down, up. And then we got a little syncopation again with down, up, down. So I'll play through these 4 bars, practicing a little bit here. So you have 1 E and 2 E and ready, E and go, E and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, 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 up, down. So hopefully that's helpful when you start looking at melodies or start playing melodies to see how the rhythmic things work with the picking direction. And again, I did alternating down, up with those 8th notes intermixed there on various beats, but you could do down, down when you got 2 8th notes back to back. Okay, so let's look at Arkansas Traveler then. This one actually is written in 2/4, which just has 2 beats per measure instead of 4/4 like we were just doing. But we have all these types of rhythms in here where we're down, up, down, down, or down, up. It's all this same kind of things that we were doing before. I'm going to take it nice and slow and count out or say out loud the picking direction. Again, I'm not going to say it necessarily. You can choose down, down, or down, 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 down. So in these first 2 measures, down, up, down, 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 down is one way you could do it, or down, up, down, down, up, down. You could do it either way. Then in the 3rd bar, you got down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, or down, up, down, down. So that's how that would work. Same kind of thing on the 2nd line. Bars 1, the first 2 bars of that 2nd line are the same as the first 2 bars of the 1st line, and then we have a whole string of 8th notes. So it's just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So that's how that would work. And then the same thing continues on the next line where you got all these 16th notes. Down, up, 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 or down, down. And then down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, 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 down, down, or down, up, 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 down. Kind of singing the pitch there a little bit. Now we have repeats, so we're going to play the first half twice and the second half twice. Let's do this nice and slow. So you're going to have 1 E and 2 E and ready, E and go, E and bit faster. You can work it at whatever tempo you want to or need to, but I'm going to play it a little bit faster so we can hear it a little bit faster. So you're going to have 1 E and 2 E and ready E and go E and I'm going to take it even faster. Of course, this one you can take as fast as you can actually get it, but I'm going to take it just a little bit faster, sort of at a more up tempo. I won't take it as fast as possible, but I'll take it a little bit faster. So you got that as an example too, or maybe you can play right along with me. So you have 1 E and a 2 E and a ready E and a go E and a. Okay, and before I finish off this lesson, I'll go ahead and take us through playing the rhythm. And actually, once we talked about playing the rhythm, you could play duets with me. You could play the rhythm guitar behind the melodies I just played. And now, as we work on the rhythm guitar, you could actually play the melody right over top of that, have a little duet going on if you want to. But just quickly, for the fun of playing the rhythm on this one, a great strumming pattern is to go bass, down, up, because we almost always have 2 chords per bar. We just go bass, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, down. When we get to that one measure, at the 4th measure, where we have 1 chord, we just go bass, down, up, down, up, down, up. So we'll go ahead and do this at a couple different tempos. We're going to have a 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, and we can play it a little bit faster. 1, 2, a 1, 2, ready, and. And like I mentioned, you can play little duets with me if you want to play the melody along with me playing the chords, or play the chords along with me playing the melody. You got a duet happening, which is great. So that wraps us up for this lesson. In the next lesson, which is coming up, you get these every week, or if they're already out, you can just go right from one to the next. But in the next lesson, we're going to work sort of a fiddle tune version, flat picking version of Greensleeves. Is going to be kind of fun. So I'll see you then. Take care. Keep having fun playing that guitar. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.